Hi, my name is Linda Bogenweinzer, and I don't have all those labels attached to me. I just love women. Actually, let me be clear. I love one woman.
That was beautiful.
Absolutely.
That was beautiful, Linda. Enjoy the Kaya.
Tough Swami. What's happening?
Let's get right into it. You ready?
Sure.
All right. So,
Tell
what's been the worst and best part of discovering your sexuality?
Ooh, the worst. Let me always start with the worst because I like to get that out of the way. The worst part was that there was no support in acknowledging it, so I sort of just went through it blindly, not sure of what it was, but I absolutely knew it was different from the experiences I was having with other people, and I'm talking about young, right? And so when everybody was playing house and wanted to be the mother and get the kids together and whatever, I wasn't feeling any of that. I was just like,
Absolutely.
I'm just gonna be the daddy.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah,
was
that
the
was
daddy.
Hey,
That was the daddy
this is the
too.
daddy table. And that's what it was. Right?
I'm just gonna be the daddy. But I didn't know what that looked like. But I knew it was my truth, and so I was cool with it as young. It's only obviously when I got older that I was like,
Gotta
this
hide.
can't work. This can't work. No matter what I felt, my environment told me that it wasn't gonna be acceptable. So that was the worst because I always say this and I absolutely mean it. I am so envious of young people that get to live their truth at the earliest possible time because they are living exactly who they want to be. The rest of us who don't get to live it until we're in our 30s and 40s and all of that, our life has been stolen. And not 1 minute of that can be given back. None of it.
Yeah, my
Nobody
10
can
is
give
very
it back
Really
to
glad
us.
you said that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so all of this stuff about this judgment and you telling us what to do, no, done.
Been done.
Hello.
Been
You
done.
couldn't have said it better. You couldn't have said it better.
Yeah, been done. It's crazy. It is. It's so, especially for me, when parents do that, I start to question what unconditional love looks like. Because as a parent, you should want your child to be who they are and live their best life all the time.
Yeah.
Not just when it's comfortable for
For
you.
you.
Yeah.
Right?
When it's
But
convenient.
just all the time. And so when parents are like kicking their children out and if you go that way or whatever it is they say, you're not my child anymore, that is so destructive because
Right.
it teaches your child that love is conditional. And once you start to teach people and children that love's conditional,
It's a cycle after that.
yeah.
They don't really trust. They can't open up.
No.
All kinds of different things.
All kinds of things. It's just a lot of therapy after that. A lot of therapy. And the parents never pay for it. That's what I'm telling you. The parents don't pay. The parents don't pay for that therapy. Therapy is expensive, okay?
Sure
They don't
is.
realize what they're burdening you with, emotionally and financially.
Yeah. Yeah, to be wrong. So what's the best part?
Oh, the best part. I think the best part was I woke up one day, can you cuss on her? And
Say
say,
what
fuck
up.
it, it's
Yeah.
done. That was like the most freeing time in my life, right? And I was like, this is the day that I'm just going to have that straight up conversation with my parents, my aunt, my sister. And after that, no
Let
worries.
go and let go. That's
Yeah.
what freedom really feels like.
Yeah, that's
telling
what
you.
freedom
To
feels
speak your
like.
truth, bro.
But saying it and living it is a constant, right?
Thing.
It's a constant. Every day I have to live my freedom. Because every day we're put in situations where we have to make a choice. You know, you go in a place and you're like, there's people around, am I going to be myself today or whatever? And it's a constant choice. But when you consistently make that choice to live your truth, that's amazing.
Absolutely.
This is a whole podcast right
I'm
now.
telling you,
I
we
wanna
need
lay back.
I know,
And this
right?
is-
We
this
need
is
to just
whole
get.
facts.
You need a podcast.
I don't know
You do.
about that.
You need to
I
sort
just-
something out.
Yeah, for sure. So, what is your favorite part about being in a relationship with another woman?
Oh, well, I don't know about any woman. I could just talk about my
Let's
current
talk-
situation.
yeah, let's talk
You
about
know,
the misses.
It could be very hot outside in the doghouse. So I'm just going to talk about my wife. I think the most amazing part is that women, naturally have this built-in gentleness, and oftentimes when I'm outside in my various hats and my activism and getting beat up, it's so nice to come home to someone who just wants to just hold you. And a lot of people that, my heterosexual friends, they're like, listen, when my husband starts holding me, chops are coming next, right? And so it's like it's like an expectation. Once some cuddling goes in, we're having
with
sex,
yeah.
right? And so it's nice to be able to be held in a genuine way with no expectation.
Just
And
love.
so, yeah,
Absolutely.
I
That
love
level
that.
of intimacy is amazing.
Yeah, I love that. I look forward to it, actually.
We all do.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, we all do for sure. For sure.
So Linda, what's the most difficult part about being with a woman?
I don't think it's just being with a woman. I think the most difficult part is about being in a relationship and trying to merge two people that are culturally different, that grew up different, that think differently. I literally didn't marry myself. Right? I married like almost complete opposite, right? And
Usually how it
so,
happens.
yeah, and so it's this constant merging of our two personalities, our wants, our needs, our desires. But the good part is that we're committed to merging it, right? When you're not committed to merging it, it just gets messy and really icky. But for us, it's like sometimes it's really hard, My wife is from Jamaica, and so she comes from a culture that is very homophobic, and so it's a constant battle of trying to live our lives along this path, and her also being comfortable with her limitations of coming out, and so sometimes it gets really hard. It gets really heavy.
Yeah.
But I think that would be same with a man that you're trying to merge
anybody.
your life in.
Yeah, you're right.
Relationships. It's
Relationships, period. That's the most difficult part.
For sure. Okay, so next question. When's the last time you wore something feminine?
Ooh.
And what was it?
Yes, what was it?
Nail polish on my toes? I don't know. That's like the most feminine thing, I think. I think people are always surprised when I have on sandals and they see my toes painted. They're like, "Hey, what's happening here? What are you doing?"
A goy can't have
Well, T said it the other day. We asked this other gentle lady what is something feminine she
Gaily.
does, and she loves her. She loves her toes painted.
Yeah, man.
She loves like a pretty blue right now.
She
just
said
like,
she had gel polish on as well.
Yeah.
hey, listen.
It's
next
a
level.
lot. We all do different
love
things.
my toes.
Absolutely.
I love the whole process of getting your toes done and everything. But I think no, I think that's it. It's been years. Well, actually, I know the last time I actually wore something that what I would consider totally feminine, a dress. I was
Funeral,
receiving
wedding, or
no, I was receiving an award for the police, and we went to this banquet up in Princess.
Oh gosh.
Oh man!
oh gosh,
Every time,
pictures from that day?
I hope not.
It is. I'm sure
We're
it
gonna
is.
find these pictures.
I hope not. It was. I look at that picture and I'm smiling, but when I look at my eyes, I knew everything is wrong with it because I knew that I wanted to wear a suit, but I had been talked out of it. That they weren't ready for that. Like the police department weren't ready to see a woman in a suit and all
But
of
you
that
practically,
stuff.
but you practically wear a suit every day.
Yeah,
Who are them?
exactly.
So I don't understand.
But we said, and all everyone's saying the last time they wore something like that was the last day we did something for somebody else, and every day after that is for me.
Yeah.
I just think that I've always been fascinated with bow ties. Like my grandfather, my sperm donor's father, he used to wear bow ties like every day. He was from that school. Like so your Sunday best was always a bow tie and a nice crispy white shirt. And I always used to marvel at just how distinguished and fashionable he looked. And I was like, you know what, when I grow up, I remember saying this to one of my cousins, when I grow up, I want to wear bow ties. And they were like, you can't wear bow ties, you're a girl. And it was just like, oh. It was so disappointing.
Look at
I
you
didn't
now.
think. Look at that now.
Look
Yeah.
at, and you make it look casual though, because I don't even know how I'll put a bow tie in what I wear, and you
Yeah.
just make it work.
I
'cause
just
this
like-
is very comfortable.
I'm just gonna do it. I just woke up one day. It's like I'm gonna start wearing bow ties. And I was dating my my ex back then, long time ago, babe, long time ago, and so
Long time ago.
long time
Let's
ago.
be clear.
Let's
ages.
be clear. Ages
Many
ago.
years.
In fact, I only remember the story. Don't even remember the person. No. I was in Walmart, and I remember seeing this guy come past with this bow tie, and I said to her, "You know what? I want to start wearing bow ties." And so she took me to the mall in Jersey, and I got these 2 bow ties. It was just like the happiest day. I put in these bow ties, and I was just like so happy, right? I had on a T-shirt
With a bow tie.
with a bow tie,
That was
Hey.
the
walking
beginning.
around the mall,
That was the beginning
That-
of this.
just like, and
Hooray.
you know?
Exactly.
It was just
being authentically.
yeah, it was incredible. Since
sure.
that, I think I have close to 200.
Bow ties?
Damn.
What?
Yeah, I have.
I don't even know if I have
bow
200
ties.
pairs of underpants.
I don't even have 200 pairs of anything.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well, you know what happens is, right? You know when you get something that you like, then you become an easy target for gifts.
Yeah,
So
that's what
Christmas
people-
gifts,
yeah.
birthday gifts.
Yeah.
If people go away and they see a bow
Then they
tie,
get
they're
it.
like, "Hey, Linda would like that." Like I'm the easy. I don't get anything else for gifts now.
Ties, bow ties?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that, you know, I like socks.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Yeah,
I'm
socks
good
and
with it.
underpants.
Yeah,
Take
I'm,
that. I
Hey,
will
I'm
take that.
incredibly good with. I have some very unique bow ties where I know that people saw it and said, "I like that for Linda," and
A lot of effort.
they
went
picked
into
it up. Yeah,
You gotta appreciate stuff like
yeah,
that.
I love it. Yeah, definitely.
But big question.
Yeah.
What's some of the misconceptions that you run into from people outside of you who, I don't know, misconceptions that you're not, that you don't, like young kids would think that we're not girls, or, you know what I mean? Some things that people have wrong about you that you can kind of set it straight, or
Well,
you
I think
set it
they
straight.
think that I'm more of the masculine character in my relationship, which is so untrue.
Is it?
It's so not true. Absolutely not. No. My wife's, yeah, she's all fammed out, but she
Ooh.
beats me.
Ooh.
So, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But I think what happens is people look at your exterior
Mhm.
and they tag all of those things that they know of that exterior on you. And the reality is people are individuals, right?
At the end
And
of the
so
day. Mhm.
because I look more or I express more masculine, they assume that I have all of these masculine characteristics,
Especially in the
and I
roles
really
of
don't.
leadership. Yeah.
You know. And so the other thing is that they think that somebody has to be the male
In the relationship.
in the relationship. The same way with males, they think somebody has to be the female. And
I don't
Right.
know. It probably makes them sleep better at night, knowing who's the man and woman in our relationship.
I
I
wanna
have
tell
no
you,
idea.
If you're thinking about my relationship at night, what you need to do is get yourself a life. Because clearly you ain't got no business.
I just, it always seems weird to me because I never go up to a heterosexual and start to determine who's got this rule and this like.
Relationship.
I don't
yeah.
care, you
It's
know.
nothing to do with me.
But people are obsessed with it, you know.
They are obsessed with
really
it. So we
are
want to
obsessed
talk
with
about it because that's what they want to hear. So
I mean, yeah. I think that
it's crazy.
the rules swing accordingly.
Yeah.
Like I know my wife doesn't like taking out the trash, right?
So you
I-
do it, right?
I just do it because she doesn't like it. I also know that I don't like killing bugs.
And so
My
she
wife,
does it.
hey, my wife will kill a bug any time of the night. I will say, babe, look.
She sounds like a keeper.
Yeah,
I
hey,
gotta tell you
listen,
'cause
that
I
thing
cannot
will
kill
get a
any bugs
shoe.
no longer. I'm not using none of my shoes to kill no
Hey,
cockroaches.
she will kill the
can't.
bugs.
I can.
Yeah, it's just whatever is the best that you do.
Mhm.
Then that's what you're gonna do.
Yeah,
And
don't
that's what
sign
we've
no.
decided.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, not like no. It is so freeing when you're not attached to an expectation, right?
Yeah.
And so, I can tell you how it expresses on a regular basis in terms of these everyday expectations. You go to the movies, and so they see me express as masculine, and it could be a movie that's sad, and I'll be crying, and my wife's not crying, and they're like, "Well,
Confused.
Like,
What-
why are you
yeah,
crying?
what's going
why
on
is she
here?
not crying and why
Why-
are you crying?
And it's like, if you tag yourself to that, you limit your life, right? Because I cry because I'm emotionally touched by things that I see, and so I cry.
Yeah,
My
don't get me
wife.
started.
Yeah, my wife.
I think that is a thing that also plagues man as well. That
Exactly.
because you're a man, you can't have these emotions, and I think that's why we have
Because you
so
already
many.
put them in boxes
Yeah.
of what they can't do.
Yeah,
And don't do this, don't
boys
do that.
don't cry.
Don't
It's
do
like,
that to us.
Why,
we stand
boys? I
right
just want to
outside all
know
those
why
boxes.
do we have to box in anybody? Because why can't boys cry? What is the problem with that?
Right.
There
But
is
it's
masculine
certain
and
cultures
feminine
too.
to everybody.
Because a lot of these Spanish shows I watch, man, I'm way more embracive and way more crying and way more I love you and kissing the other guy on his
Yes,
like, you know what I
yes,
mean?
yes.
It's just certain cultures as
Yeah.
well
Yeah.
that kind of put this.
No,
stigma.
absolutely. And I mean, a lot of the things that we talk about is related to the black community, right? Because
Yeah.
that's the culture that I'm a part of. So my experiences are based on the black community.
Black culture.
And
yeah.
in the black community, there's a reluctance to see gentleness in men. We
Yeah.
say we want it, but then when
But then
they
it's too
actually
much.
do it,
And he's gay now.
it's like,
And he's
oh
gay.
yeah,
He's always crying.
You know, he's always
He's a
crying.
pussy.
Right? He's
Yeah.
always
Pussy.
crying. Right? And so, so we transfer it over to what we see in masculine presenting women.
Mm-hmm.
So now
same
they have
thing.
to
You're automatically assumed to be a man because you're
Exactly.
masculine presenting.
And we need to fit in those roles.
We
and
need
in
to
that
fit in
box.
those roles.
Yep.
I just want to be silly and do whatever I want to
Oh
do.
damn.
So if I want to act like a kitten one day,
Yeah, yes.
I could do that.
I could
because
do it.
I can be myself.
And have that fade.
And have that. And have this fade.
clean. Can you get a close up on that fade, Ebony? Because it is.
Hello. Thank God I got my wave game right because I would have been.
Listen,
I
I'm trying to
couldn't
keep
come.
up with you.
I
I
couldn't
saw that
come. I
picture this
couldn't
morning.
come
I
weak.
said, my God.
I
This
couldn't come
means-
weak. You know, I had to bring my whole game with me today.
Clean with
Wait,
But I
with
think
it.
that's so. I think that's amazing, right? And I think we have a response. I am not pushing people out of the closet.
Yeah.
I always encourage people come out because the more that we just live our lives unapologetically,
Yep.
the kids coming behind us are
Yep.
just gonna be like, "What's the big deal?" You know,
Yep.
I'm just going. But the
just-
more we stay in the closet and live these private, secretive lives,
Wasting
we're
time.
saying something is wrong.
And
with
we're
it.
giving them more power, and you're
Exactly.
unhappy. You're unhappy
Yeah.
because you're not
Unhappy.
being yourself.
Yeah, and that sucks.
I'm telling you.
I remember, man. I remember when I
Hey.
used to. I remember having conversations with people at work, and they would be like, "Hey, what you do today? What did you do on the weekend?" And I would have had a fantastic weekend with somebody I don't remember now. And you know, I would just be like, "Oh, nothing. It was boring. Just stayed home because I didn't want to
Express,
say."
yeah. And that's
Right.
sad,
Me and
you
my
know.
girlfriend
That's
or
sad,
whatever.
you know.
who we
And
don't
everybody
remember
would
at
be
this
coming
juncture.
in, heterosexuals would be coming in
And telling those stories.
pure filth. Like, yeah, I slept with two guys.
Yeah.
And
I was with the girl with the fat ass.
Listen, we all had damn nights. We all had
There
damn
you gotta
nights.
talk about it, and that's unfair.
Yeah.
In
And
that
it-
time,
it's
we all
so-
remember that time
yeah.
and not being able to tell our story.
And that's
Because it was
basic.
different.
And that's basic. Like, we had to have these boring lives in order to fit in,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
right? And then when you put all that aside, people are like, "So what you do this weekend?" Like all of a
they're like-
sudden, yeah, what you do?
They're like
They
so
want
much
to
more
know. They
interesting.
want to know all our stories.
All of
Yeah.
a sudden, you got interesting, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
All out of nowhere.
So, like percentage-wise, masculine and feminine, where do you stand? What percentage?
I always present masculine. I always present that way.
Mhm.
And that's because of my fascination with masculine clothes. So I wear them not because I want to be a man. I am quite happy with all of my
Nice, yeah.
femininity, you know.
Mhm.
But
Basic.
I present masculine because I like those clothes.
And what number would you put that at? At like out of 100, you're gonna say 70 masculine.
I would
60,
say
50?
presenting, I'm 100% going to present masculine. I very rarely present, feminine. But internally, I think that I'm probably 60% feminine and 40% masculine.
I like that answer,
Yeah.
because we've been hitting a high 85, 90 these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's real high. But me and Drizzy, we both reflect in how, in all the multiple ways we are very feminine.
Yeah.
And how we remember that we are girls.
Yeah.
Especially in our relationship. Like, Drizzy has a relationship with my girlfriend. But if you can imagine two men and your friend having a relationship with your woman.
No.
Yeah,
That
your
is
boy's not
totally-
calling your girlfriend. Like,
No.
when she's at work, you're picking her up from work.
And they're hanging
because
on, they're going to, like, that
I'm,
wouldn't
I'm
happen.
taking her out because
But there's a
I'm
lot of things that
girlfriend
happen
duty.
because we are women. That
Yeah.
allows different, you know what I mean?
Well, I think that we get to really explore that trust factor, right? But I don't think it changes because of our sexuality. I think trust is fundamental to how you build relationships, right? And so I could tell you that I've had some relationships where I wouldn't trust my girlfriend with my friends or her friends or whatever because the trust
true.
factor just
Right.
wasn't
That's
there.
true. It's
So
trust
maybe-
coming
and-
in more for us than anything.
Yeah.
else.
I think that's an easy thing. It's not even a second thought. Like, I know that I can leave any woman with clout.
Don't say any woman. No, don't get out of here.
No,
What is that woman?
Like
to
if
you?
I'm dating Serena, I'm not bringing her
if my
around
girl,
you, Dre.
I would trust my girlfriend. Let's say girlfriend. Okay, I would trust my girlfriend with the guy. I'm not just got all these women around. Let's clarify.
well,
Absolutely
You know, I
not.
didn't know where
No.
that was.
We didn't know where it was going at all.
No. Let's clarify.
Okay, fine.
Right there. Okay, because
Right.
the things you're saying are preposterous.
We're not going to get into that. Do you want to think or should I think? I think you should
Yeah,
think.
you know what? I want to tell you that I am so grateful that you came and blessed us, because every time we get together, you always drop knowledge, and you know, like I said, you're like a pillar in the gay community. You know what I mean? And regardless if you know it or not, that's what you are to a good bit of people. I know from myself, I very much admire you, and I couldn't be more proud to be your friend. So thank you for showing up. And
I could have cried just now. Who could have said that better?
stop the noise over there.
Goodness, that
No,
was
man. Listen, you
gorgeous.
know there isn't much that you could ask me that I wouldn't do, and you know that's based on when you showed up at my wedding, man. Because that was like that
That was
that
a busy
experience was literally the best experience of my
No,
life.
that was amazing.
And so, yeah, I'm just like always grateful for But when it comes to the gay community, I just think that I have a responsibility to
Of
make
course,
it
we all do.
easier
For
for
the
the
ones.
for the
Yup.
people that came behind me, because I didn't have all of that
When I
that
was
I'm
young.
trying to make a way
Give.
for them.
Yes.
So I want them to be able to just get up and live their truth and be unapologetic
Tell them,
about
Linda.
it.
Be unapologetic. Okay?
Be
Unapologetic.
you. No, but
Hello.
I think that's an amazing thing, and we need to definitely make sure that we lend support to those underneath us.
Yeah.
So,
You gotta drop ladders. Drop
Our-
rainbow gay
Give a nice
ladders.
wave.
gang.
Bye, everybody.
Peace.
Self-hatred's on a subconscious rampage. Mama naked giving speeches from the boys who have a man cave. Keep falling out my page while I'm ranting. This is sitcom TV ending. This is sitcom TV ending.
What up, my boy?